Hello to Winnie, Sterling, James, Roman, and Cleo. Happy birthday to Holly. Okay, let's see. Dad? Is there a dad in this story? I don't think there's a dad in this story. Little might be in the story, but we will see the word in. And we'll see the twos. We're going to read a story, maybe two stories, and it won't be too long. Who's in our story? Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo is a he. I see him picking up a baseball bat and putting his foot down. And yes, this is a story about baseball. Is there a mom in the story? Probably not. But if she was in the story, she would probably be a hero. So I am reading this story. I hope that you will like it. It was a book I found at the library. And we are going to hear about a baseball game. And no, I don't think there's any cats in the game. We might see the word one. We might see the word day. Me. That's who's reading the story. After and before. Or before and after. Scooby is a dog. We're going to see the word a. Scooby is a very big dog. He is not a cat. We'll see the word and. He might strike out. And as always, I love you. So, what is this? What is this book? It is a story about the lights out at the ball game. Kind of hard to find a Scooby story we haven't read before. Pretty sure we haven't read this one. Okay, let's take a look. Lights out at the ball game. So, here we have the gang. Fred and Velma, and Scooby, and Shaggy. Well, they're all at the game. So, Scooby and the gang were at the baseball game. They were excited to watch their favorite team, the Bulldogs, playing the Wildcats. This is going to be a great game, Fred said. Like especially with all those snacks, said Shaggy. Yeah, said Scooby. Fred, Velma, and Daphne settled in for the game. Go Bulldogs, cheered Fred. Scooby and Shaggy played a game of their own. Shaggy threw peanuts into the air, and Scooby caught them in his mouth. Hey, this is the best game ever, said Shaggy. Suddenly, all the lights went out and the stadium was pitch black. Fred turned on his flashlight and Scooby and Shaggy made shadows. See that? They made shadow puppets on the stadium wall. Then Fred overheard two players talking to their coach and the team's bulldog, Lucky. The coach is missing, said one of the players to the other. Hey, so is our pal Lucky. What are we going to do without our coach and our mascot? What could have happened to them? Here's the gang, trying to figure out what's going on. Oh no, the Bulldogs can't play without their coach or their mascot, Fred said to the gang. I wonder where they are, said Velma. I hope they're not in trouble, said Daphne. Like I hope they weren't taken by a ghost, said Shaggy. Let's look for clues, said Fred. Fred has always got ideas about finding clues. Like we can't look for clues on an empty stomach, said Shaggy, looking at food. Always thinking of food. Yeah, said Scooby. Scoop, you search for school clues by the popcorn. There's somebody there by the popcorn. And I'll check out the hot dogs, said Shaggy. What way? Said Scooby. Shaggy picked out a hot dog and Scooby munched on popcorn. They didn't find any clues at the snack bar. Only pretzels, peanuts, hot dogs, popcorn, and soda. All the kinds of snacks they love. Next, Scooby and Shaggy looked for clues in the gift shop. Shaggy picked up a baseball and a glove. There he is. Scooby picked up the bat. So there's Shaggy with the baseball and the glove. Scooby's got a bat. Hey, Scoob, batter up, Shaggy said. Shaggy pitched the ball to Scooby. Scooby swung the bat, and he drove the ball right out of the room. Scooby took off after the ball. It rolled into a room at the end of the hall. It was the Bulldog's locker room. See all these lockers? That's where the team changes their clothes for the game. The gang was already there, investigating a loud noise coming from the closet. Everyone heard banging, howling, and scratching noises coming from the closet. Is that the closet? Let's see. It's a ghost, cried Shaggy. I have an idea, Velma said. Scooby, would you open that door? All right, said Scooby. Would you do it for a Scooby snack? Okay, said Scooby. That's how much he loves food. He does things he's afraid to do. Scooby opened the closet and found a big surprise. Lucky, the Bulldog mascot, and Whiskers, the Wildcat mascot, burst out of the closet. Hey, guess you know who was doing all the howling and scratching, Velma said. Who was banging? Shaggy asked. Was it a ghost? Nope, that was me, said the Bulldog's coach, stepping through the door. I came here to fix the lights, and Lucky and Whiskers chased me into the closet. It was so dark I couldn't find the light switch. It's a good thing we found you, Fred said. Sure is, said the coach. Thanks to you, we can continue the game. Scooby, you saved the baseball game, said Daphne. Scooby picked up a bat and swung like a pro. Scoop's ready to play, too, said Shaggy. You can be our next hitter, said the coach. Scooby-Dooby-Doo. And that's the end. Well, that was kind of a short story. So we have one more Scooby story that I don't think I've read to you guys yet. And where did I put that Scooby book? Scooby, where are you, Scooby? Here you are. This one's called Scooby and the Magic Pumpkin. Looks like it's Halloween because look at those costumes they have on. Scooby and the gang were decorating a haunted house for Halloween. They carved scary faces on 2 pumpkins. Scooby was afraid of the pumpkins. Shaggy hung cobwebs on the windows. Daphne and Fred dressed up like ghosts. Velma played spooky music. The music made noises and went woo and creak. The neighbors were excited to visit the haunted house. Scooby and Shaggy collected their tickets and placed them in a box. But one little girl, Amy, was frightened. Oh, look at that face. She does look very scared. She was scared of the ghost and the pumpkins with the scary faces. I'm not a real ghost, said Daphne, but Scooby is scared of the pumpkins too, Amy thought. Let's see how Scooby is scared. The next day, the house looked different. The box was lying on its side on the table, and the tickets were scattered on the floor. Look, Daphne said, the pumpkins are different. The night before, look at those faces on the pumpkins. And then next day, they almost look like they're smiling. The pumpkins are smiling, Scooby thought. They look much better. Like maybe the house really is haunted, said Shaggy. Jinx, said Velma. Haunted pumpkins? Let's look for clues, said Fred. Fred always says, let's look for clues. Daphne, Velma, and I will look outside the house. Shaggy, you and Scooby look inside. Okay, said Scooby. The house is haunted, said Shaggy. Would you do it for a Scooby snack? Said Daphne. Okay. Scooby will do anything for that Scooby snack. Scooby and Shaggy heard a noise, but it was just a tree scratching the window. Then they saw a creepy figure outside. Do you see that? Outside the window. That looks kind of creepy. Look, yelled Shaggy, a ghost. But it was only a shadow from the tree. Let's search the kitchen, Scoob, said Shaggy. Yeah, they'll probably find food in that kitchen. Yep, what did I think? They're eating food in the kitchen. Scooby and Shaggy didn't find any clues in the kitchen, but they found a pumpkin pie on the table. As they were eating the pie, they heard a loud noise. Zoinks, Shaggy said. It's the ghost. Boo. Scooby ran up the stairs and out the door. Fred and Daphne were looking outside and the leaves for clues. We heard the ghost, yelled Shaggy. Yeah, said Scooby. Scooby slipped on some of the leaves and fell down the steps, tumbled down the steps. Scooby landed in a giant bunch of leaves. Look, Velma said. Scooby found footprints. Do you see footprints? Yep, I see them. Let's follow those footprints, said Fred. Yeah, Shaggy said. Let's get away from that ghost making all the noise in the house. There was no ghost, Velma said. I was testing the music recording. The gang followed the trail of footprints and tickets through the yard. It led around a big tree to some smelly garbage cans. Yuck, said Daphne. Velma looked inside the garbage can and found one of the scary-faced pumpkins. Oh, yeah. What are the pumpkins doing here? Asked Fred. I have an idea, said Velma. Scooby, can you keep following that trail? Scooby put his nose to the ground, and the trail led to Amy's house. There's Amy. That must be her house. Scooby looked scared, like the pumpkin. Scooby looked scared of the pumpkin like I was, so I switched them, Amy said. And you knocked over a box of tickets by accident, said Fred. Oops, said Amy. I just wanted to make everyone happy. Shaggy laughed. Like that makes me happy? We thought the house was haunted. Well, said Scooby. Amy climbed on Scooby and gave him a big hug. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, bark Scooby. And that is the end. All right, so today we got 2 Scooby stories. And I hope you like those Scooby stories and that you are having a wonderful, fun day. Love you all. Bye-bye.